Hi, my name is Sophia Nabulsi, and I am a second-year tutor in the Edison Writing Center. Today I'll be talking to you about how to create an appendix. Typically, an appendix is used for providing supplemental information on the topic written. So in addition to actually creating the appendix, I will also be talking to you about how to reference it in your writing effectively. So to begin this process, we're going to open up your document. Today I'll be using Google Docs, however you can use whichever software you are more comfortable with. The paper I'll be using for this demonstration is a research paper I wrote on writing within fashion marketing. Alright, first I'll just scroll down to the bottom of my document. And I'm going to create a page break to separate the last page of my research paper from the page where my appendix is going to be, which is this page right here. In my research paper, I only used one source, or only reference one source, so I will only have one appendix. However, if you have more than one supplemental resource, label your appendices alphabetically. For example, the first one will be Appendix A, and the next one will be Appendix B, and so forth. Because I only have one, I will only label mine just Appendix. Okay, so now I will insert a picture of the rubric I want to reference in my paper. To do this, click Insert at the top of the page and Image. Then you're going to choose the image of the rubric that I want to upload. And I'm just going to type rubric here and open it. Now, if your source is in a physical form, you're going to have to scan it into the computer and then save it and upload it, which is what I have done here. So as you can see, it printed on the page nicely. Now I'm going to size my picture. So to do this, I'm going to start off with clicking the image and click Wrap Text. This will allow you to easily size your picture and move it accordingly. So I'm just going to drag this arrow in a little bit so I have space to write appendix. And make sure that when you are sizing your image to make sure that it does not exceed the margins of your paper, because your appendix resource might cover up your page numbers at the top or bottom, or will be cut off when you print it out from the sides. So make sure that your picture is sized perfectly. Alright, now we're going to move on to how to actually reference the rubric in your paper. So I'm just going to scroll up to where I referenced it, which is right here, this highlighted portion. And in this case, I referenced my appendix in the conclusion of my research paper. However, you can use your appendix, you can reference your appendix wherever you want through your research paper, and even multiple times whenever it is appropriate to share with your audience. So as you can see here, I made sure to include my source, the fashion marketing teacher, Jessica Callanan, and I also included the project that uses this rubric, which is the Fashion Design Biography project right here. It's important to identify your resource because it gives credit to the source and makes your paper more trustworthy to your audience. Okay, and in this next sentence, I clearly mentioned what I was referencing, the rubric, and where it can be found by saying it's displayed in the appendix. I put that straight in the sentence, but you can also put it in parentheses like so. You can just write C appendix if you'd rather have it this way. Either way works. Okay. Identifying how and when your appendix is useful to your audience is always very important, because that way they can find it easier when they're reading through your paper. Alright, so just to wrap things up, the most important thing to remember is to carefully size and adjust your resources in your appendix section, and to make sure that you clearly identify how and when your appendix is useful to the audience of your paper.